Today's topic I want to address is a condition that affects many men, usually in the middle-aged years and older years. It's called an enlarged prostate. And it ultimately can end up as prostate cancer as you get much older. But it's a pretty alarming condition because it manifests in many different ways. One of the ways that it manifests is sleepless nights. I treated a friend of mine who had this condition a number of years ago, and he had to get up in the middle of the night to go urinate. 6 times a night was typical. And as a result, you're exhausted through the day. You can't get that solid, peaceful, healing sleep. Even throughout the day, you've got this urgent need to urinate, and you can't fully empty your bladder. And so often bladder infections are a result of that. But thirdly, it affects your sexual function. Erectile dysfunction, so quite dramatically affecting your relationships, and that's pretty depressing. So thankfully there is a solution, and it's a very simple solution. And it's you don't need toxic medications or anything like that. I use bio-electrodetherapy, which is simply applying electrodes, copper and silver or gold and silver, or in this condition we just simply use silver. You can use aluminum, and I'll touch on that as well. But so there it is. Here is the protocol. This is it's on the left hand, and it's just 5 different points, acupuncture points on the finger. And let me just show you how you identify and locate these points. It's this first one. It's referred to in the Western culture and language as 11.01. Right there, 11.02, 03, 04, and 05. And I prefer to use silver electrodes because they're biocompatible, and they actually are antiviral, antibacterial, and antifungal. So again, for treating even your bladder infections. The beauty of this particular protocol also is that it can treat a number of conditions. It can improve heart and lung function. It can improve liver function. It can improve stomach function, as well as hernias. It treats hernias, and it's remarkably effective for treating prostate problems. So there you go. All you have to do is you plant an electrode dead center between that crease and this crease. And straight across to the side of that, you've got this electrode here. And again, one here, and halfway between that one and the crease, you put another one right there. And this is right on the corner edge of the finger. And then again here and here. And that is the simple protocol for prostate problems. Now you might notice that if you look very closely, I've got what's called polyurethane patches. You don't even have to wait for these to dry. You can plant a polyurethane patch, which looks like this. Now, I do have a bioelectrodetherapy kit, which has copper and silver electrodes in quarter ounce containers. And yeah, it works great. Also in that package, I have 50 of these very handy and perfectly sized stir stick applicators. And so for applying the electrodes, and here are the polyurethane patches, and they're the perfect size, as you see there. And so you just plant that over top, and again, that will secure your electrodes for usually at least a day, but often 2 or 3 days. And so there you go. There's your Tong-style protocol for treating enlarged prostates, but also prostate cancer would work as well, or bladder infections would work as well as the other conditions, heart, lung, liver, stomach, hernias as well. So there you go. But that's one protocol. I also am very fond of this one. This is based on Korean hand therapy. And in Korean hand therapy, the whole body is on the hand. Every joint of the hand, or on the hand, for example, this joint, and this joint, corresponds to a joint in your body. Here's your head. These are your arms. That's your hand, the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder, and so on. Other arm. These are the legs. It's like that critter that's walking along like this, and he's looking around, having a drink. Look, and he's off on his way. So the palm side is the front side of the body. But anyway, so here you go. That's your face right here, from here to that crease. This is your neck. On the back side, you can actually count vertebrae, 7 vertebrae along the middle of that. And so you can actually identify which vertebrae is affected in your neck simply by rolling, palpating the back of that. And this is the, again, chest and abdomen here. Right here is your heart. Here's your stomach. All the way down to your bladder and your prostate there. Now, how do I locate these points? All you have to do, again, cleaning the area with an alcohol swab first. And then you take a little probe like this. It doesn't have to be this, but it can be the butt end of a pen even. But you palpate. You feel the tissues, and you'll find if you have issues, bladder infections, prostate problems, cancer, whatever, you will find tender spots. They're sensitive tender spots. And you just find them, locate them, mark them with a pen, and thoroughly search that whole area and mark them all, and come back and simply plant silver electrodes. Again, you're talking silver being antipathogenic, so antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal. We'll treat all those things simply with the application of electrodes. You can use aluminum, and aluminum works fine. Actually, it generates a strong voltage and takes away the pain immediately. But the beauty, both for silver and aluminum, what it does, it generates a microcurrent and an electrical field which opens up ion-gated channels in the cell membrane. And once that electrical field will also balance the electrolytes, the sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and so on, inside and outside the cells and the tissues in the neighborhood there. It will stimulate, well, balance the electrolytes, balance the pH, stimulate the mitochondria, which generates the healing force called ATP. And I just recently learned that it also stimulates and activates endothelial cells and nitric oxide, which again is another, you have a whole host of healing phenomena, metabolic processes going on when you use these bio-electrodetherapy techniques. Simply the application of electrodes on different parts of the body, acupuncture points, which stimulate the meridians. The microcurrent flows through the meridians and affects all the tissues with the electrical field. So it's a phenomenal therapy. If you have this condition, I mean, almost any condition, but here we're dealing with prostate problems of all kinds. It's remarkably effective. And again, you don't have to wait a week, a month, or whatever for it to work. It works right away. It works as fast as electricity travels. So overcome your skepticism. It's profound. By the blending of bioelectricity, developmental bioelectricity, with the ancient science of traditional Chinese medicine, meridians, acupuncture points, qi, it's just a different language for this, much the same thing. And by combining these two sciences, you have a remarkable therapy that truly works, and it works fast, and it works on so many different conditions. So anyway, be well, stay curious, and that's a wrap. Thank you.